ridiculously awesome.
And
Are we live?
Be live.
Are we live? I think we're live.
I think so. Let's pretend we are. And
Let's
Pretend
pretend that we're live. Yeah.
Do we have the little chat thing at the side? Yeah.
No,
No.
not yet. One
No.
second.
Hold on.
Okay. We have
Just one moment.
hold on. We have
One
to find
moment.
out. Yeah.
We'll edit this out later. For
Yeah.
there we go.
It's natural.
All right. There we are. Live. Woo!
Oh, it's a lag there.
There we are.
First one here. Hey, Troniak.
Hey, Troniak. Perfect.
Hola.
We just there's a bit of a delay, so we just got that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, welcome to our live stream. Thank you for watching for 53 episodes.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the entire first season of Image Killer. I think we should do introductions since we're all here.
Yeah, we got a few people here now. Some of our favorites.
Yeah, let's Purple
Thanks for
Plum.
coming by.
Excellent. So let's start with you, Michael.
Yeah, so I was one of the writers and producers of the series. We'll move on to Nick.
Ben, you just saw me get axed.
Yeah.
One of the writers and directors on the series as well. Let's
go.
swap over.
No, let's go. Let's
Leave you last.
Oh, yeah, do me last.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm Jeff Mays, and I played Sergeant Barteski.
That's right. That is the cop that we all thought was an idiot. but turns out, not an idiot. And
Dave Wop, I played Danny Barr.
that's right. Cooking with my cat.
Cooking with my cat.
Yeah. And I am James Young. I am one of the directors, and I did write one episode.
Oh, did you?
I did. I
Wait,
wrote.
hold on. Wait.
Guess which one?
Hold on.
Who
It's in
knows?
the credits. Like just.
But no, who knows which one I wrote?
Nobody knows. I don't know, and I was like one of the writers and producers.
Who's
Which one did you write?
Who's read the credits? I wrote John Johnson's episode.
John. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was the third. Like one of
way
the
back,
original episodes, I wrote John Johnson, and then I just let these two fellas write everything else, and then we co-directed pretty much the whole show together.
Somebody didn't want to do work.
So actually, just to answer Eternia quickly, there is a cat actually right there,
That's right.
and Dave also does have a cat.
I do
at
have a
home.
cat, but this one's my favorite.
This is not. This is.
Literally, guys, this cat is better than my own cat. So, Winston Churchill.
You're going home to a cat with a knife.
Yeah.
With that comment.
Yeah.
So since we've got people here, why don't we chat a little bit about Ben's death?
Right.
Because I think everyone looking at the comments, looking at the Discord, which we did follow it, and we're going to talk about that eventually.
Yes.
But let's chat a little bit about Ben's death.
Right.
You know, why we did it and why we did it this way. I have been talking a lot now.
Okay. I can say that the reason why we did Ben's death is because we wanted to start bringing more visual content to the series, and sort of as a season finale, we thought this would be like a really good way of introducing visual content. Because for like 53 episodes, we've been basically an audio drama, and we wanted to sort of start opening up the series.
I guess we're not a radio play.
No, we're not a radio play. We're an audio drama.
I thought it was like modern day.
Well, no, we're an experimental.
Well,
Everyone quiet down. We're an experimental web series because we have audio and visual content, and we've had that from the start. So yes, we don't have a lot of live action, but we've had a lot of visual content. So we wanted to bring more live action content to
And
the show.
we can't entirely call it a radio play because we did have, you know, IK spoke to people.
That's right, the IK hacks,
we
we
broke the
things.
subtitles as well. There were some hints in there, which I can't remember who figured it out first.
I think it was Purple. Was it Purple Plum?
I think Purple Plum found it first.
Yes.
Good on you, by the way, because I was putting those in for like weeks, and I was like, notice.
Oh yeah.
So
So Nick was the one who was doing all the closed captioning on the show. So he was the one putting all of those little hints in the subtitles. And for a lot of the episodes, we didn't actually, like Michael and I didn't know what exactly he was putting in we knew he was putting hints, but we didn't know exactly the content. So it was really fun for us to read Purple Plum's theory page. Yes.
Oh my
We've
God.
read it.
Like,
We've read your theory page, your
Yes.
Google Drive document. We've kept tabs on you, Purple Plum. We kept
Yeah.
tabs.
honestly, that was incredible. Like
Yeah, that
watching,
was.
just like you found the like little clues that he put into the
That's
you know,
right.
the glitches and the subtitles, like everything. We were like, we can't hide anything.
We couldn't hide
Purple
anything.
Plum finding it.
A better detective than Barteski.
And I just want to say, but even though you guys are very good at figuring out our clues, there are still clues you have not found.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to actually ask you about this because, you know, as one of the creators,
Yeah.
I've been looking for where James has been hiding stuff.
I've been hiding. So
I-
so a little bit of context for
Yeah.
everyone. I am the one that's edited every single episode. I have also done all the graphics on every single episode, and I've hidden
He
a
does do
lot
that.
of clues to the actual identity of IK in a few episodes, actually. I'm not gonna say which ones because that would ruin the fun.
Yeah.
But I have actually her name of who she is actually in one of the episodes.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting.
Which I didn't know.
I didn't know that either.
I might have done that secretly for
Well,
fun.
you probably did. But
They're a
yeah.
team that doesn't talk to each other. It's amazing how they got this project going to begin with.
That's right. Yeah. That was part of the fun when we were doing it. James was like, I'm gonna lay down clues in the visuals, and we were like, cool, I'm gonna put them in the subtitles. And we never shared notes.
We never shared notes on the clues,
Yeah,
and
so we
I
still
think
don't know where they.
we knew exactly where, overall, we knew where we wanted the show to go. So I was comfortable with putting in the clues that I did put in. 'cause we-
So
Yeah.
so you know the chat's blowing up with who they think it is.
Ha!
Should we just
No.
say it?
No. But I will say this. I think this is a good time to bring it up.
Yeah.
So even though this is the season finale of IK, we are shooting very soon an epilogue series, a 6-episode run of an epilogue, live action epilogue. And so you might get your answer then. Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's true. And
Probably.
And you'll get some other answers too,
That's right.
especially to address some of the theories that we've seen thrown around,
Absolutely.
which we think are particularly fun.
Yep.
And we want to address them because the work that you guys put into investigating this whole thing is
Oh, yeah.
honestly mind-blowingly incredible.
It's kept
was,
us going
yeah.
because listen, guys, you have to
Yeah.
understand that every Monday and Thursday, my mornings where I wake up at 8 a.m., I edit the episode, I say goodbye to my wife, she leaves, and then for the next 4 hours, all I'm doing is image killer, and that's been for the last 6 months. I've been doing that. So you guys have been keeping me going. Every time I'm too tired or hungover or haven't slept enough. A lot of it has been just getting comments from Luna, Moonlight, and I know Ben hasn't been around for a while, but Ben Highmarsh was our very first fan.
Yeah.
All your comments have been very encouraging. It's made me feel like we're actually making something that's fun to watch. And it's also made it it gets me out of bed in the morning when I know I have to edit an episode.
Yeah, but just to go off, James, it really meant the world to have, especially if you guys the core keep coming back every week and check thank you. It feels awesome. It's really nice to know that you got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
so
heartwarming.
Just to backtrack slightly,
cool.
I want to chat a little bit more about Ben's death before we jump into you guys as characters on the show.
Dig away, man.
Do what you gotta do.
So
we got the line back here. We're good.
So for me, I mean, there's an element of because people are asking, Ben wasn't that much of an asshole.
Right.
He's kind of she's kind of breaking her code with some of it.
Uh-huh.
A little bit is her, in my opinion, is her kind of acting out a little bit against the fact that Ben was about to, reveal the whole thing. Because IK as a MO really is about the idea of everyone kind of hides behind a mask or an avatar when you're online. So revealing who she is kind of that would be the ultimate rule that you can't break for her.
Yeah.
And so when Ben's threatening to do that, and he literally says I've already sent it to Sergeant Barteski. That's kind of where he's crossed the line with her. So even though he's a little bit of an asshole, he was late on some posts. there's an element of that to it, but I think for her, it was really just that element of you're breaking the ultimate rule.
And I will say this right now: all those late posts were 100% on purpose.
Sure.
So let's go in. So this originally we were just playing around with the idea of doing this longer term because we were applying for a full-on web series fund, and we started making some of these, which is now the prologue, which is when I think that's when we first introduced Danny Barr.
Wait, is this a question that we're answering right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
That was before. These are the first 6 episodes we did.
Right. So So context. Originally, this was going to be entirely a live action series. We pitched it for a grant, basically, and then they were like, and then we,
that's exactly.
And then we said, fuck it, let's just do it, and let's do it in a way that we can afford to do, and let's do it in a way that I think would still be like interesting. And so that's where so those first 6 episodes, like the prologue chapter that is on our YouTube channel, that was the original plan. Sort of 6 episodes, sort of pitch the show, do a live action thing. And for us, that's kind of, again, why we wanted to bring the live action into the finale, which is of the season. Yes, I know Paul Morgan posted, or whoever posted, someone said, "Oh, good, glad you said season finale, not finale."
I think it was, is that Few Marshall?
I don't know, but one of you guys posted that, and it would make me giggle because I was like, oh, that's good. That's what kind of what we want, because we want to continue to build the content that we're creating.
Yeah, someone was just asking about buying the hats. We're going to address that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Since these guys have been here, I kind of want to start chatting about Danny Barr and Sergeant Bartesky a little bit.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about what the future plans are for the channel, including the epilogue and beyond.
Right.
So let's start with Danny Barr. Since,
I don't want to start.
Let's start with Danny Barr.
Let's start with
Danny Barr. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little intro. So Danny Barr, so Dave Walpole, which is this guy who plays Danny Barr. He is someone that we worked with a bunch over the last couple years. We
begged him to come out for this.
Yeah,
they begged so bad.
We begged him. We pleaded for him. This guy's had a movie in TIFF, like the Toronto International Film Festival. That's like a big fucking film festival. This guy is a guy. He's a guy. He's also a YouTube personality. I don't know if you guys know that, but he's a part of FTD Facts, which has got like how many subscribers?
Hundreds of thousands.
We're like 5,000 away from
6,000. So 5,000 away from 600,000 subscribers. This guy is one of our really good friends, and we just wanted to do something fun. So when we were doing the original 6 episodes, we was like, we want him in. What is a character that we can give him that would be hilarious? And
so we based it kind of on him.
That's right.
Danny Barr has, what did we say, 2 million subscribers?
Yeah, 2 million subscribers.
Yeah. I was like, are you guys just typecasting me?
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah, because a lot of the Caller Mondays. Actually, just to get into it a little bit, the Caller Mondays were actually.
That's
right. Michael, talk. We'll let you talk in a second.
Sorry, Mike.
The Caller Mondays were actually mostly improv.
Yes.
We had our beginning, we had our end, we had our character, but otherwise it was kind of just, throw Nick and whoever and just spar, basically. Yeah. Just have some dialogue, chat about things. We had a couple of questions prepped in case things got slow, but it very rarely actually was needed.
And I will say they were really, really fun. Caller Mondays.
Yeah,
they were really fun.
Yeah,
they were the most.
Anyway, so Dave, I'd like to talk to you about. So there's actually a little bit of a hint.
Nick,
so
did I? I thought you finished. Your thought. It's okay because I felt like I was doing that every single time.
I thought it's called that. Anyways, the whole thing was like our first Caller Monday. We actually recorded at Dave's place.
Oh right.
And we actually did our first live stream for the channel during that Caller Monday. And so that was when we were still pitching that original idea. But like honestly, like we had no idea that Danny Barr would be like a fan favorite. Am I saying that? Like, dude, you guys like him?
Oh yeah,
Like,
did you guys
hate
just said he was his favorite character.
Right. And that's why we killed him.
Well,
So
both of us.
I just want Dave to talk a little bit about Danny Barr, like why you were totally down to keep coming back.
Well, actually, I mean, the first thing is like we've talked about, like, you know, my experience on YouTube, and the thing that I feel like YouTube lacks is any sort of good narrative. And when you guys came to me with the project, and I was like, ooh, this is like experimental YouTube. I mean, you know, like when you guys were talking about it's going to be a live action, you guys didn't have it, and it was going to be more of a podcast. I was like, I think it could work. So being on this was actually like, it was a lot of fun. And it was exciting because it was like, man, we're going to do something just a little bit different. But as for playing Danny Barr, well, one thing was when we first started, I was 100% sure that you guys were going to kill me. I was like,
really?
No, because you know why? Because when you guys are like, I was hoping that he would be a fan favorite. That's what I was hoping for. I was like, he could either be so annoying that everybody hates him, or he's just so
endearing.
So endearing that you're like, you don't want to hurt this fly. So, and I think he speaks to different people. But when you guys started telling me that, like, you know, people started liking him, I was like, man, Danny Barr's got to die. Like, I don't know. Did we have that conversation, or did we?
So
I had a phone call.
Yeah. So basically, we did our prologue. I'm pretty sure Danny Barr was part of our prologue.
It was.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah.
And so we did that, and we were listening back to it and kind of thinking about where we wanted to take the series, because we were like, oh, do we continue? Do we not? And you know, we had a decent following out of the gate that we were like, okay, people are commenting, people are talking about it, so let's just keep going.
Yeah.
And when we did that, we were like, well, let's chat about Danny Barr and some of the other characters that we had from the beginning, and see where we can take them. And I think I can't remember if I came up with the idea that we had him keep calling back in, thinking he was constantly.
You did. So
Okay.
So how it went down, and this is where I give credit to Mike. Mike was like, we need to have Danny Barr keep calling back in because he's absolutely not on IK's radar. He is such a sweet boy.
Right.
Like that was our entire concept of Danny Barr as a character, is that he's so sweet and he's so nice and he's so sincere that he would never be killed by IK. And that is why Ramon Ludo / Isaac Kurt kills him. Because like that is the whole thing, is that because like Isaac Kurt is an idiot.
He's not the brightest bulb.
And should we tell him about the collect call?
Oh yeah.
So there was a question in the comics a couple episodes ago when all the people are calling in. It's that episode, and Ben keeps cutting them off. The collect call, which they get sliced off, was supposed to be the collect call from the jail. That was actually Isaac Kurt calling into. Yeah. Once again.
That's right, and he just cuts off Isaac Kurt before he even says who he is, because he knows that collect call is going to be Isaac Kurt.
And also, I mean, like, it was fun too, because it was like Adam Chen is someone that we all kind of love to hate, which is why we brought him back a couple of times. And the fact that the copycat killer was going to kill him, and then just blatantly tries to do an IK thing where he's like, here's the clue, and then not doing that at all. We're just gonna go and kill Danny Barr instead. It's like, what? Like, where did you get that from?
That's exactly why we wanted to do that.
Well, I was just gonna add one thing to it. One of the big things of coming back and doing it was like when we did the first one, I was like, I don't know how people are gonna like it, but as soon as we came up with the idea that he just keeps calling in, that was like my big motivation. Was like, I just get to annoy Nick forever and ever and ever. And then, like, personally, like, just one of the best things with all the improv was the amount of listening. Like, you know, I always try to choose something that you can technically work on. So listening was actually like a really fun thing that I got to personally work on with Nick.
But the comments were so fun though.
Oh, they were
just battles. Especially the later ones.
Like, every single caller Monday was an experience. Some went really smooth, some took 3 hours, some took 20 minutes. Like and that was so fun for me. Because like Nick and I, so all of the what we call the core, all the Thursday episodes, which is what we internally call the core episodes, all the internal episodes where it's just Ben Robinson speaking. I directed those. But when we were doing the improv, I normally co-direct with this guy, so that's when we were able to do, like, because we're not writing anything, because he's not just the only one
I'm not just
performing.
sitting there and just.
That's right. We were able to like co-direct these sessions, and like we had experiences where we did one where it took like 10 minutes. And we were done the whole episode.
Yeah, we were struggling to come up with more content to put in there. We were like, I'm pretty sure we got it.
Exactly. And I just want to like segue into Jeff Mays here, because Sergeant Barteski was. I think you could talk a little bit more about why we wanted to bring in the police officer as a character. But
as a recurring character.
As a recurring character as well. But like, so Jeff Mays is also someone that we worked with in the past and that we really enjoy working with, and he's a swell guy.
And he was underused in a short that we shot.
Oh yeah.
We were like, holy shit, this guy is actually really good. We need to put him in something else.
Yeah,
we'll come up with it. We'll come up with it.
I also got to throw the fact that Jeff Mays and I met on a cruise ship years before.
Oh
we both worked on cruise ships, and we went. So I was like, "What are you doing here?" I don't know. What are you doing here? It's like, dang man. So
it's so after all.
But yes, on that note, we also got in touch with Jeff because Jeff has a good voice, and we're like, who could be a good cop? Like, would Jeff do? Like, Jeff would do it. Call it Jeff. It's like, hey, what's this thing? He's like, yeah, that sounds fine.
Here we are. Yeah. So we asked Jeff to do it. He comes in. We give him like a write up on the character, and then we do the first one, which I think was the one where Ben Robinson secretly records the phone call with Sergeant Barteski. And that was our very first one. And I actually, personally, no offense, I love you, but I was not expecting him to have the impact on the series that he did. The characters, so like great fucking job.
Thank you, and thank you because the fans are liking it.
Exactly. So that's my segue into. So how did you feel about playing Sergeant Barteski at Peel Region Division 51?
It was a lot of fun. As James just said, they threw some character stuff at me. And my favorite thing with anything, especially with this great team and people that I know, and I know that they're open to things, I came in with the write-up, and I was like, let's do this, let's try that. I'm like, whoa, slow down.
So I might have done that. Yeah, I might have been like, slow down, Jeff. Let's see how the fans react.
But it was a lot of fun because you guys allowed me to play.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time we got to that third recall of me, the third time I was on the show, I remember sitting at home and you guys said, we need you to come back once more and we need you to direct him this way. I'm like, and Nick, fucking brilliant playing the character. I was like, how am I going to mess with you? Intentionally, like, what am I going to do to mess with you to win this battle that we're about to go into? And that's where the whole concept at the end came, with the butter him up and make him feel good so I can slam him down. But you guys were completely open to that.
Absolutely.
And that made all of this fun. I knew that if I went way off base for you guys, you'd pull me in and I'd work with you just as much as I work with you if you let me run with my thoughts. So playing this character was fun. It made it easy to sit in, and that you guys out there like him is a big bonus. Thank you.
I'm really glad.
Well, sorry, actually, just quickly.
Yes.
There are very divided audience on how they feel about Barteski.
Great, even better.
But that's even better because we had so much more fun with that. Because there were people that were like, oh, you know what, he's kind of right. And then there were like a whole bunch of other people who were like, no, he's so wrong. Like, he's such an idiot.
Yeah.
I hate hearing it. Like, why does he keep calling in? Why does he fucking Ben so much? Like, Ben's right. Which is what's so fun. And what I will say is we do actually address that in the epilogue.
We do.
Which I'm really excited to share in the coming weeks.
That's right. I'm also very excited to share the epilogue.
I'm excited to hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't heard anything.
By the way, you're going to have a script this time.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. But the epilogue is also another way to kind of put more names to faces.
Exactly. Yeah.
It will be all. It's going to be all video content going up because now we kind of.
So will it be Furball instead of Danny Barr?
I want to throw something out there to the fans in terms of what it's like to work on something like this. speaking to the creative team that's in front of us, of course, all the other artists who have been involved in it. We've got Dave Walpole right beside us. Yeah. Look at that fancy word.
Fancy words.
It's really an experience to get involved with a team that knows where they're going.
Yeah.
I often get on a set or a stage show, and I've got the experience of a director in front of everything, and that's a driving force, and it's a dictatorship. Not a bad way. There's limited level for creativity, but James, Michael, Nick, all are open and willing to run their idea as a base, and they're open to it, which I think plays out because it's theirs. It's absolutely theirs, but it allows creative freedom for us, the artists, to play, which makes it a better experience for you guys out there. Because you've got a multitude of people coming in.
Collaboration.
Have we missed any questions?
So there's a couple of questions. I've got them. I did see them. I've got them saved. We will address them.
Perfect.
But there was one person that just said, "I love Barteski more than Danny."
Oh, damn!
Here's this person.
Who said that? Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
There's someone earlier
you
who was
can't
like,
be liked by everybody.
Not everyone's making shows. It's just
someone earlier was like, what was it exactly? It was like, there was literally one Barteski fan, and then Fee was like, "I like Barteski more than Danny." It's like, oh, mic drop. Like,
it was funny on the when we were reading that Discord. Oh, it was just like he didn't deserve to die. That wasn't an asshole. I can't remember which one of you won. I was like, nah, he was an asshole.
Yeah, so
probably deserved.
Yeah, we have been sneaky. We have it on the Discord. All of us have at some point been on your Discord. We love you guys. That's why we went and checked out what you were saying. But yeah, no, that was a great comment. Right after the finale dropped, we're like, Ben wasn't an asshole. Why is he dying? And then it's like, oh, someone posted, I don't know who, and we don't know. I can't remember who. But it was like someone's like, oh, this is kind of an asshole, and that's actually was on purpose. So like we were building. That's actually a good segue because we were building to Ben Robinson being a target by IK, and sort of what pushed her over the edge was him going to reveal her identity, which is what you were talking about earlier. And but definitely we went out of our way to start making him more of a dick as the episodes went on, and sort of that last Caller Monday, in my mind as a director, was like the straw really that broke the camel's back, when he's just like, who we got? No, bye. And he's just saying goodbye to people, and he's just hanging up on people. And, that's really like, he's been kind of an asshole, like really. And so that for me was like that turning point, which is why that's also our last Caller Monday of the season.
Yeah, that's right. Atroniac, yes, you did call that Ben was getting killed. We did see that. We were like, well,
shit. We're not gonna post a comment saying, yeah, you're right. Don't watch the finale. I mean,
you gotta guess, man.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, exactly.
Kudos.
Yeah, kudos to everyone. Like, there's been a lot of calls that you guys have made that have turned out to be right. And some have turned out to be right because we liked what you said, but but for the most part, it's been a lot of fun to sort of like interact with everyone.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I got a quick question actually, because we never talked about this on our end, but I'm stealing all your questions, guys. I'm sorry. No, did you guys ever change the direction of anything that you guys had initially planned if the fans were like, hey, we have something, and then like a big thing went up on the comment section or Discord, and you went, we gotta go the other way?
Only once.
Only once?
I can't remember what it was.
It's actually very recent. We have modified events. We haven't totally changed events depending on what you guys have theorized.
Just to caveat before you say it, it was always the plan to kill Ben at the end of the series. Or of the season finale.
That is right. That was always the plan from like episode 1. We knew that at the end of the season we were going to kill him. And so the only thing that we've only changed one thing. And I'm not revealing what it is, but we only changed one thing, and it's not necessarily the finale. And that's my hint.
It's not the finale at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like we did 180 on one thing at one point, and that was not in the finale.
What was it?
I'm not gonna say. Why would I say that?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we're gonna reveal it later.
You guys do a really bad thing.
I don't even remember what it was.
Mike's not even listening now.
Let's get into their questions. So
actually, I've got a couple of them saved. There's one other thing. I do want to apologize for Madman Mikey. That's because that was me.
That was all him.
Like one of my favorite things though was playing with that, in that we created a separate profile. We had like started commenting like different things here and there, and it was something that
profile picture is legit.
Yeah,
that is actually Michael in high school. His profile picture. That is actually him.
It was something that I was like, hey guys, we should, since now we've got people commenting, we should hide someone in the comments to like start saying really shitty comments to people, or like about the show or about IK or something, and then we'll kill them in an episode later. And these guys were like, yeah, that sounds great. You should do that. And I was like, okay. So made the other character.
So that's Madman Mikey 007. So he was planted like Caller Monday number 3.
Yeah.
We planted him right at the beginning of the show.
Very early. And then we killed him like 15 episodes later or something crazy like that.
We actually had to have a conversation going, Madman Mikey's not a big enough asshole right now.
Yeah.
And we had to so when you guys were actually fighting back against him, that was like basically right after we had that conversation saying, we need to make a bigger asshole.
We gotta push him.
And we felt bad too, because there was one point where we were like, oh man, like there's less comments now that Madman Mikey's such an asshole.
Well, he scared you guys away. I was like, oh damn. Good thing we're killing him.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, we cannot get to the point where he gets killed off fast enough.
That's right.
Because I don't want this to die because our fake character is such a dick.
Because our asshole screwed away everyone else.
So I apologize if anyone was actually offended.
That was all Michael.
Yeah, so there were 2 questions that came in that I noticed.
Okay.
I'm sure there were others that I missed, so feel free to comment them at any point. But the first one was inspiration for the show, and the second one kind of ties into it, which was it should have been called the Instagram Killer.
Okay, so
which is interesting because that's what it was going to be called.
Right. So can I start?
Go ahead.
So Image Killer started as an idea that I had like when I was like in like university. I was just thinking about like what would be an interesting horror movie. It started as like a feature film idea in my head, and I was like, you know, what possibly could be like kind of cool. And I was thinking about this like this journalist character and like thinking of like this social media serial killer, and actually it was called the Instagram Killer.
Yeah.
And what I and obviously like copyright laws come into effect when it comes to that title. But I brought the idea to Nick. And so the 3 of us have a production company called SpiderCon Studios. You might have saw the little like logo we have at the end of the credits of like the finale. But like, so I brought it to Nick, and this is how I kind of create ideas. So this is actually really fun to talk about, because this is how we create ideas. Often what will happen is one of us will have an idea. We'll spearhead it, get into a certain spot, and then bring it to someone else. And then in the threesome team that we have going on. That sounded wrong. So okay, because ignoring that comment, like, you know, I brought it to Nick. I was like, hey man, I got this idea. It was originally called Focal Point, because I had this whole idea about like, you know, this like this killer that's actually a main character that's like. So it's kind of interesting the guys kept thinking Ben Robinson was a killer, because that's actually part of the original concept that I had. So I was like, oh, there's a little bit of elements coming like seeping through. But I brought it to Nick. We talked about it. We loved, like, he really liked the idea, so we kept developing the idea, which turned into Image Killer as you know it. And there was still going to be a feature film. So then I was like, Michael, we like this idea. We developed it enough. Here it is. And you know, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, why the fuck is this a feature film and not like a YouTube show?
Yeah, or a web series,
or a web series, or anything other than a feature film. And we're like, wow, yeah, that makes total sense. And that's sort of where the concept came from.
You can make the feature film better.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's both questions then.
Kind of. I mean, the only thing I'll continue on was, or just why was it not called Instagram Killer?
Well, that was copyright.
That started because of copyright, but it got to a point where we were talking about a name like Focal Point.
Yes.
And we came up with Image Killer instead, because it kind of is a play on words in terms of thematically what the Image Killer does, and that she's targeting people who are assholes to destroy their online image.
That's why it's called Image Killer, because
So
she's
we were like-
literally killing their image. Like that is like she goes after the assholes who are fake online and then displays them for all to see who they really are.
And we still got to use the
So
IK kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, if it was focal point FP, just wouldn't look as cool on a shirt.
No.
So that's kind of where that came from. Any other questions? Feel free to pop them in there. Any theories? Any questions about the process? Character questions about Barteski or Danny Barr? Anyone else as well? Like, feel free to throw those out there because we're totally happy to riff on the other characters and the actors who aren't here.
Yeah.
You know, some of my favorites being Nina G was one that we.
I know a lot of you guys found her very annoying. But Nina G is also a very good friend of ours. Her name is Nicole Fairbairn. She is an actress that we've worked with many times, and she is. Her episodes were always very easy to record. Like,
I remember. Okay, so her first episode she came in because me and James and I and Mike will always write the character profile that would go with an actor, and then we'll come in with the call Monday. We just go back and forth. And she came in and she was like, "No, screw it. I'm gonna do something completely different." And she like basically did a complete 180, and it was just this fight, and it was great from the get go. Afterwards, was like, "Oh."
Yeah, she actually threw out what we gave her and was like, "No, I'm gonna do this," and then it was awesome. So
it was really fun actually when we
got bigger balls than your age. I just said, James, what do you want to do? Okay, all right, let's do it.
So there was a really fun point where we got really close to making her Madman Mikey's mom. We were like, how ridiculous would it be if she actually was right? And like, my son is like getting influenced by this and everything. But there's a point in one of the episodes where she says like, "Oh, my son is 8." And like,
then we realized we
couldn't do it. Which is why she calls in and she's like, "Well, it could have been my son," and that's why she starts the mask group, Mothers Against Serial Killers, which is incredible.
I kind of want a mask T-shirt.
So good segue.
So someone did ask if they can buy the T-shirts,
right?
Now
and the tubes.
So and the hat
or the beanies or whatever you're American.
So a quick things just to address that one before moving on to. I saw a couple other questions come in. What we're planning on doing is we're going to do a 6-episode epilogue for this. There's probably going to be a 1 or 2 week break while we just get those episodes ready to go so that there are no possibility for any delays.
Also, we just put out 50 episodes, so it's like
54.
There'll be a slight break, and then we'll have
give us a little breather.
6 more.
Couple days.
Now,
we'll just do an episode of Danny Barr's Cooking with the Cat.
Exactly.
Someone actually did request an episode of
a spin-off
Cooking with my cat. Yeah.
Now, what we're probably going to do at some point while the epilogue is being posted is run a small Indiegogo for our next series, which is going to be hosted on the same channel. It will be different than Image Killer. Not saying that Image Killer doesn't have the possibility to come back in the future at any point, but just that we will be doing a different show as well. And our plan was that we're going to let anyone who is interested in getting a T-shirt or a toque or /beanie, anyone who wants to get one is more than able to get so through that once we launch it.
Yeah.
So that's I think that's all I really. I'm going to say about that right now.
Well, I think so. Like, we don't want to get too much into it because like, it is something that we're going to do probably right when we start releasing the epilogue episodes, and we'll talk about it more.
Same deal we did with this one. Like, well, there will be a trailer coming up for that new show once it's.
And like honestly, like I think you guys I think you guys will like what we're planning for the next show. It is different than Image Killer, but it will be. What I will say, I think it'll be fun for everyone.
It's going to be less audio play than Image Killer was. We want to get more facial interaction.
It'll be a lot more live action.
Yeah, so that's why we want to get everything shot, edited, ready to go, so that we don't have to wait on anything while we're releasing it.
But it will be this,
and it is.
It'll be soon. It is very soon. We're getting into the since now that we're done,
it's going to launch at the end of about 8 weeks from now.
8 weeks. We have a new show after the epilogue of Image Killer.
It'll launch just after the After the
after the epilogue for Image Killer, we're launching our next show. And again, just to be clear to all the fans of Image Killer will come back. But we want to do something different as a break because we have done 6 months of the first show.
More than 6.
Okay, well, thanks.
More like 9. More like 9. Let's be honest.
We've done a lot of Image Killer, and we want to show you guys what else we're capable of. And I think that's really what's coming from. Is like I'm a big fan of Image Killer. I'm wearing a toque, I'm wearing an Image Killer branded toque. I'm a big fan of the show that we created because of what you guys have put into it, because of what all of our subscribers, every single comment. Just so you guys know, that comment, that subscriber scroll is just everyone who has commented up to the day that I rendered the finale.
Yeah.
So like, it's not every subscriber, but it's anyone who gave a crap enough to comment, and that to us. You. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Is like that to us is what keeps us going. And so like we want to do something else, not because Image Killer wasn't fun, but because we want to show you guys what else we're capable of, and get you guys excited about, what we're trying to do.
And it's a sci-fi mystery.
It is a sci-fi mystery.
It is still mystery in the same sense that Image Killer was. We're hoping to make it deeper so that people don't find the clues as quickly.
That's right.
So we're gonna try some new things from what we learned.
Keep it hush.
Well, they still
I want people looking.
Should we scroll and see if we missed any questions?
So I'm just going back. Paul Morgan asked about the inspiration again. We did answer that a little bit earlier, but just to very quickly recap, spitball. Started with James. He had an idea way back in high school, which was a while ago. He brought it to us. We workshopped it. It was originally going to be a movie, and then we decided let's do it as a web series, change it into this audio play, and then basically its current state that we've got now.
And I think inspiration wise, because I remember this specifically. You and I were walking. You and I were walking cheap. I think we were going to a bar actually.
Where were you coming from?
One of the two. We were walking along. We were talking about this project. And you were talking about full the point. This person leaves pictures and stuff like that as clues, and it was always this. Why hasn't there been a serial killer who started using social media? We were actually talking about and that's kind of where we're actually kind of surprised that there hasn't been a real serial killer who's done it via social media. But there has been people who have gone on killing streaks and stuff who have done that. They've live streamed it. Yeah, because you can't. And the thing is, the weird thing now with the internet is you can't censor stuff fast enough. That's right. Yeah, is if it goes up, it goes up. There's no buffer, there's no filter for it to go through. So what if somebody could do that successfully? What if somebody had text skills? It's always like a what if question. That's how our stories are like. Yeah, I think this really fucked up idea just tweaked it a little bit. It's what if someone actually made a following by killing people? That was basically our conversation on that stream. Yeah.
It's kind of what happens in the teaser, right? The question is would you follow a serial killer? That was kind of where we started the show. Oh yeah, and it was
would you follow serial? Would you? That is in my brain that it won't get out.
If it happens in real life, does art imitate life?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Are we gonna get blamed for this in 10 years?
Any other questions we missed?
So I'm just going back now. I'm sure there's a whole bunch that are in the comments below, but I'll get to those. First one is from Atroniac asking, are you guys planning on integrating the community more into the episodes, like the shout out episodes?
So we haven't thought so we're still developing the next show, and we haven't thought too much into how we would want to do that, but obviously from our experience with you guys, that is definitely something that we're thinking about.
Sorry?
It's a hard execution.
It is
stuff before, but
it is more of a question of maybe. And I'm just saying, and this is totally, so this is just for everyone context, this is brand new thinking for me. Maybe we could possibly do in-character live streams with the characters that we have in our next show, because that actually works with the concept that we're working with. So maybe.
More of this kind of stuff where we're just able to chat with you guys and hear your theories, hear your questions. Maybe. One of the coolest things for us was, and what really fueled us, okay, how do we make the show even bigger and better, was finding the Discord
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I'm going to
That
it.
was pretty fun.
it was so good.
And you
And
guys
going-
told me that the fans made a Discord. I was like, I thought that was you guys that made it. You're like,
No,
no,
yeah.
the fans made it. I was like,
And so,
whoa.
that's the thing. It's like the community here that we've got is like I think is really cool.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys went off the YouTube page to chat about theories and everything was absolutely mind blowing for us. We were like, oh my god, I never thought this show would hit a point like that. And so that that for us was something that's really cool in terms of integrating the community more and in the future. That is something that we're always thinking about and want to do more of.
Absolutely.
But the community kind of decides for itself, right? Like there's so much that we can do, but at the same time, the community has taken on a life of its own, which is really cool to see from our standpoint. I'm just gonna scroll and see if there's more questions here. So Alex Hamish came in a little bit late to the live stream.
Yeah.
Not sure the gender, but I'm just gonna say they and their boyfriend said that they loved the show.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Very big fans of it, and they were
Perfect.
asking
Thanks, guys.
who played Danny Barr because the role sounded so fun to play, which is great because we have him sitting right here.
We got
Yeah.
Danny Barr right here. So this is Dave Walpole. He did so if you guys came late to the live stream,
Danny Barr in the house.
This
Boom.
is the guy who played Danny Barr as Dave Walpole, a good friend of ours, great actor. And for those, and I guess if you guys relate to, this is also Jeff Mays who played Sergeant Barteski. So again, if you guys have any character questions, like shoot them out. Like they're just here hanging out right now while we're just chatting up a storm. So like
I was
I'm
saying back.
happy to have them talk more about what their experience was with the show.
Yeah. To answer your question, it was a lot of fun playing Danny Barr. Like, it was, yeah. Surprisingly, I didn't find him, because we always talk about this, James. It's like, how far do you push the energy level on certain characters? Like, do you, like, even from our stuff in the past, it's like for comedy, it's like, how over the top do you go? How much do you underplay it? And like one thing with Danny Barr was like, I was like, well, this guy reminds me of like my 15-year-old self. So but that loves cats. I'm more of a dog person. Now it's like, what? No. You know, it's yeah. I actually do have a cat, so
He does.
You know, it's just yeah. But anyways, no, it's just like I looked at it and I'm like, this guy is kind of like my 15-year-old self that's just very excited about the world and very like, not saying I'm not excited about the world nowadays, but like a very youthful sort of approach to a lot of things. And he just loves his animals, like he loves cooking, he just loves being very happy-go-lucky sort of person.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's just a lot of fun character to play. So yeah.
Have we missed anything else there, Michael?
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of comments that I missed because I was waiting on one of them.
Oh shit.
So I'm going back. Sorry, guys.
I'm loving the
One second.
image right here. It's
There
us looking at it and Michael's like,
I was probably just looking at my face like,
Comments are very small for everyone but Michael.
there was a comment about if we were all Canadian, which we can.
We
say
can 100%.
are.
Yes. So those who asked, we are 100% all Canadian, 100% all Toronto, Ontario based. I am GTA.
I'm just making it about me.
I guess I can say it right now. It's like I'm originally from Calgary, Alberta, Cowtown. I do own a Stetson. I do ride horses, and I do own guns. That is like my claim to fame.
First of all, when do you ride horses? We talked about that.
I ride horses, man.
Not in Toronto.
Not in Toronto.
Yeah,
There's
right.
fucking horses in Toronto.
No,
I'm going to your place for vacation.
I mean, yeah. But anyway, so like, yeah, we're all Canadian. Every single cast member, every single crew member, every single creative on the show was Canadian.
Yeah. So a couple of questions about the next series.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is basically rebrand the channel when it's ready to come out. It's going to be hosted in the same spot, so anyone who's subscribed here will get the same alerts for the next one when it's ready to come out.
Exactly.
Same thing with the trailer. It's going to be hosted here, so you'll be able to see it
Sorry, I was gonna say, do you want to tell them what the rebranding is going to be so they don't like? From a YouTube perspective, if you change the name on anything, it's like everyone's like, "What is this in my?"
So we'll change it probably just to Spider Clown Studios.
Yeah. So our production company is Spider Clown. We'll probably just change it to Spider Clown, and then all the shows that we host on the channel will be just under the Spider Clown brand. Because I don't want to reveal the title of the next show just yet.
I was gonna say, because people are asking actually what it's about.
Okay, well let's fucking do it then. Fuck it.
Just you can give them the title.
Okay. All right.
The trailers come out like.
The trailer is going to be out probably in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Maybe even less if I actually get off my butt and stop.
2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks.
So
the next show that we're doing on this channel is called Immortal.
Do we want to go a little bit more? I feel like I'm like fighting the urge to continue talking about it.
So,
it's so fun.
I do, but I don't.
So
I know.
I will say this: Immortal is different than being immortal.
Right, because if you're immortal,
immortal is different than being
you
immortal.
live forever. Immortal, you do as long as you don't get hit by a bus.
Right. That is the whole point. That is what we're playing with in the next show. It is a sci-fi mystery, as Michael said earlier, and it is something. Again, it's another one of my crazy concepts that I was like, "Hey, what do you guys think?" And then they actually turned it into something.
It was literally the same process.
Yeah, it was almost the exact same process as Image Killer, where I was like, "I got this crazy idea," and they're like, "Yeah, let's actually make it good." And I did the same thing with Immortal. I was like, I've got this crazy idea about this, and they're like, yeah, okay, but let's make it good. And I'm like, okay,
It's going to feature some familiar voices, but you'll see faces now, and a couple of new ones that we've been chatting with.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, we're super pumped about it. We'll throw the trailer up and get your guys' opinions on it as well.
Oh yeah,
there was another one that came up. Going back to IK now.
Okay.
Do you guys think you could tell us why IK killed in general?
Why IK killed?
In general.
Yeah. Like why she started, why did she get to start doing this? What snapped for her?
Hand up.
You and the friends.
So for me, IK is someone, and I think Dr. Cartier, our psychologist character that we had call in, said it best. I do believe we actually did use this in one of the Color Mondays. Is that IK sees the world as a computer, as like a system with errors and bugs in it, and somewhere along the line, she may have just been that strange, psychopath that would never kill anyone. Because a lot of psychopaths end up in like high-end CEO jobs, and they're not killing people; they're just screwing people other ways. But like for me, like IK is someone that just had a moment where she realized that whether it's because her own social media was failing or whether because she wasn't doing what she wanted to be doing, just realized that people had masks that needed to be removed online, and just decided that shit, I'm the one to do it.
That's kind of part of the whole idea of her like posting the clue and then posting the kill. It's like it's the exhibition of it. It's and something I actually specifically put this in the comments last week, where it was about like time to pull off the mask.
That's right.
That's kind of the whole idea of the whole show, is that why the Image Killer was doing it was like, I'm pulling off the mask of all these assholes. Like, see, look, they're just shitty people that you can kill.
That's exactly right. And then going further with that, that's why Ben Robinson ended up being a target, because that's not his real name. Like, that was a mask that he put on so he could talk about this serial killer, this social media serial killer. And as he became and in our story, as he became a social media personality, that makes him a target. And that's sort of for us is like, again, pulling off that mask is like revealing. I kept discussing with the guys that the finale is like what we call the face reveal, like on YouTube, right? It's like you have someone who's just a voice on YouTube, and then they do a face reveal on their like 100,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers mark or something. And I kept talking to them, and they're like, no, we can't show IK. I'm like, no, it's not about IK. It's about Ben. It's about showing Ben's face. So like the IK finale, season finale.
Clark Lawrence.
Sorry, that's right. Clark Lawrence, aka Ben Robinson. This episode is his functional face reveal. Even though we did like one behind the scenes video like
nobody
9
watched
months
that.
ago. Yeah, nobody did watch that. But for us, it's like that was our face reveal moment, which happens a lot with YouTube, which I thought was like really important to work into the story.
And actually, just Heath Williams was saying if Ben used his real name, might he have lived?
Yes.
I
would say yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I would say.
I was going to say no as well.
I was going to say yes because if Ben used his real name, Clark Lawrence, he would not be as big of a dick. Because there's a certain
element. He wouldn't also be wearing as big a mask.
That's right. And so he would be less of a target for IK because he's more sincere. Because he's not hiding behind a pseudonym. He's working, out in the open, and he'd probably be less of a dick because he doesn't have that anonymity to hide behind. Yeah. He doesn't have. He's not anonymous on the internet when he's going by his real name. But with Ben Robinson, a pseudonym, he's anonymous like everybody else. Like I posted a few times on the channel just under my own name, and I still felt anonymous.
Yeah, because it's a weird thing when your face isn't in front of it, especially as creators. Even Nick as the voice of Ben. None of us were really shown. Aside from that one live stream video we did at Dave's. Yeah. In Dave's basement on what?
Nobody knows.
Except Ben, Ben Heinmarch, who's disappeared off Facebook.
So there was a question actually that I want to address, which was about going to conventions.
Oh shit.
Honestly, that was not even a thought that we had ever thought of.
Like, are there podcasts?
No. Yeah.
Well, we're at like 500 subscribers, like just under that. So we're like, is it worth it? Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe we should have looked at like.
Maybe we should have fucking done Fan Expo this year.
Well, we got Toronto Comic Con coming up, so.
Oh, that's true.
That's what, February. So.
Because we've got a bunch of people in.
Okay, you know what, guys?
Let's look into it.
We'll look into it. We will promise that we will look into being at Toronto Comic Con. That's what we will look. We will promise to look into it. We're not promising that we'll be there, but we're promising that we'll look into it and see what we can do.
Yeah, also by then, like Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal will be out by then.
So we'll have a couple of shows.
Yeah. At the
and
very
we
least,
actually, I will say, we do have a third show that we are planning to release. So we do have a long-term plan for this channel. So
that's right.
If we're looking at I'm not going to go. Okay, not going into detail, but if we're talking about a February Comic-Con, that will be the point where we have wrapped up the season of Image Killer, a season of Immortal, and we will be launching our third show on this channel. So, you know what? That might not be a bad idea.
That probably makes sense. So yes, so we'll promise to look into it. That's our answer. We promise to look into it.
Okay, so there's one more question concerning the new show. Will Dave be in the new show, and will he be a recurring character?
Hey, wait a minute. First of all, what about the love for Jeff here? Okay?
So I've got plans actually. We haven't spoken to you yet, but I do want both of them in.
I bug them every single day, so I pretty much say if I'm not in it,
we have already spoken with Dave.
Yeah.
Dave is going to be in it.
And there is no arm twisting really necessary for me. Sure, yes.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. I already gave you guys lots of laurels about what an awesome team you are to work with. So that's really easy yes.
That's good.
So
probably.
Sorry. Someone was asking about the Discord. There is one. I don't have the link right now, but I can throw it in there. So could Luna or Purple Plum if you guys are.
Yeah, if you guys, whoever has a Discord link, just like pop it in. We don't have a copy and paste it currently.
Yeah.
Who asked that question?
About the Discord?
No, they're the one.
About his fame.
Patroniac.
Yeah. He wants Dave Walpole on the show.
Patroniac's asking me, he's like, I'm not gonna watch it now. Is Dave Walpole? Yeah. No. Well, I'm subscribing.
So someone was asking, wait. But if IK was attacking people for not using their name, shouldn't he have revealed his name? So first of all, we're pretty sure it's a she.
Yeah, we're confirmed it's a woman. Like you saw the finale, no?
Yeah.
Like it's a woman. So it's not just the name; it's the reason behind it. It's how you use it. Everyone uses an online username.
Yeah.
Online. It's I'm not necessarily James Young on Twitter. That's not necessarily like part of her MO, but it's the fact that he used it to be a dick.
Yeah.
Right.
That is the point.
Mm-hmm.
That is the answer.
My name is actually consistent across like all platforms because my spelling is really weird.
Jack made his.
Sorry, I feel like no one heard that because of how.
Yeah. So repeat that, but project.
So exactly what James is right, but now I don't repeat it. But I was saying like for someone like me, because the spelling of my name is so weird.
Yeah.
By most people's standards, it's consistent across most of the platforms except for gaming. That's a different one. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It's silly. That's all I will say. And I also regret my PSN gamer tag. I'm really upset.
Sorry. Yep. Just that person did correct themselves. They did say she.
Sorry for giving you shit. Okay. You get some props. Good. Okay, fair enough.
I know I saw a couple more in here. Just 1 second.
While Michael's looking for that, I want to throw out something for fans out there who are interested in seeing more about this team right here. James and Nick and Michael. I run a blog called Thoughts for the Green Room.
That's right.
And about 4 weeks ago, guys?
4 weeks ago.
Yeah, about 4 weeks ago.
Like that.
They were my first live interview on my set. So if you're interested in seeing some discourse with these guys and where they came from and how they got to where they are today, a little bit of their history, check out Thoughts in the Green Room so you can hear some of their backstories.
And that's on YouTube. You can Google,
that is YouTube.
You can search Thoughts from the Green Room.
Yeah.
And you'll find an interview with us with him.
Yeah, with me.
Which is actually pretty fun.
I believe it's episode 90 that you guys did.
Oh, it's like the third episode on your list right now. You get 2 more after that.
Yeah.
So. Did we miss anything specific, or you just...
What do we got?
Give us something. Ask a question.
I think
the world
if I can suss this one out, there's also how does Dave feel about doing cooking with my cat? I think they want an actual show.
You know what? I'm telling you, we need to do at least 1 or 2 like spin-off episodes.
Well,
of just random in between.
The epilogue has space.
Yes. I mean, you're going what?
Not this epilogue, but there is space in the future to maybe.
There is space in the future, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I would
can
say lights the entire kids on fire. You know,
Put a fan episode.
Put it on the wall.
Let's put a pin in that because the current epilogue maybe doesn't work with having that.
It doesn't.
Yeah. But that is not to say
I'm not ashamed to say
that is not to say that you won't.
Into something.
And that's not to say that you, and I'm not promising anything, that's not to say that you won't see Danny Barr in the epilogue. I'm just saying that probably not Cooking with My Cat.
I've been paying for Cooking with My Cat for a while, but not my actual cat. This guy over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Winston
I'll
Perch
all the way here for everyone to see. Winston Perch.
I know your shoulders probably.
Yeah.
I'll pick him up later. Yeah.
I'm just looking to see if there's any more comments that I missed.
Yeah,
here.
And if we didn't answer your question, like just post it again.
Yeah.
Just copy paste, post it again. We're just taking questions right now.
We'll answer in the future as well.
Yeah, and if any questions we missed, just like shoot us a comment on the community page, and we'll answer it.
Oh, there was one. Where is it? Hold on.
You should just make that.
I just lost it.
You can make it big.
You should probably just maximize the window.
I think you grabbed the little 3 bar.
No,
you grabbed the 3 bar things.
There you go.
Fine.
It's an up-down thing.
Pop out chat.
There we go.
There we go.
Now we lost the chat. There,
now you can make it bigger.
Now make it big, bud.
Make it longer. Like it may. Oh yeah.
Zoom in, bud.
There we
Okay,
go.
well,
Look at that.
Look at
There
you go.
Look at all the real estate
from back here.
Look at all the real estate.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go. I can read the comments.
No, I made a mistake. Can you please put links?
Yes, we'll put links to the channels that we mentioned later, for sure.
There's been a couple of questions about IK's skirt being so short.
That is actually not a skirt. Those are shorts.
Shorts.
So that's why they're short, because they're shorts.
I was curious about the whole thing too, but
there was someone asking about if anything went wrong during production. I'm not sure if that was you, Paul Morgan, although you did just ask, did anything go wrong?
Yeah.
So more or less the same question. I don't think anything major.
So nothing. The only things that went wrong were due to this timing, because we all have lives. This is not our full-time job. We all are working. We're all freelancers in the film industry here in Toronto. And especially me, like the only things that went wrong were just timing issues, where I just found myself not enough time to edit an episode in time, and that I made that joke like an hour ago, saying that they're all on purpose, but that's actually not true. Some of them were on purpose. Some of those late uploads were on purpose, and we worked it into the story. But the whole thing for me is like the only things that really went wrong was like when I uploaded the wrong file and I had to delete it, make it look like an IK hack. Thank you, IK. But like that was really the only things that went wrong.
In short, like nothing went really majorly wrong. But if any of you guys are familiar with like anything in film production, no production, no matter how big your budget, ever goes 100% according to plan. It just
absolutely
doesn't happen ever. There's always going to be like monkey wrenches in there and stuff. And you just work around it. Like that's just the nature of the business.
So Alex,
yeah,
that is hilarious.
Yes,
not intentional.
Yo, what the fuck, Mark?
I will say that.
Has the same last name as me and has the same name as my dad. What the fuck am I next?
Who was on that question?
Oh, man.
Love it.
So were the spelling mistakes clues?
No, the spelling mistakes.
They were just mistakes.
So YouTube does auto.
Oh, yes.
Auto.
Can I talk to this about? There's
Yes.
Okay, so YouTube is usually pretty good about putting up like an automated English subtitles, and I can go in and I'll re-edit it, and then those are the clues. There's one episode in particular, and I have no idea why, but when I went to change it, it was like, oh yeah, the Portuguese subtitles are already generated. And I was like, great. What are those doing there?
Yeah.
So that one was just completely.
So
just
most
I don't know
of
why it was there.
the spelling mistakes are not on purpose. Those are probably generated from the YouTube algorithm that actually listened to everything.
Google needs a lot of work.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like I had to correct Bartesky like every single time. Every single time.
Speak clearly, man.
So Luna asked, I just saw it, and I know you keep scrolling by it, but Luna just...
You're trying to get back to it.
So Luna asked, can you answer this? Is Izzy IK? And the answer is no. I can't answer that.
Pause there.
I can't.
You're an asshole. I think you're on it.
I am.
You're on the list.
You're on the list.
I 100% am on the list. But we can't answer that.
But maybe in the epilogue.
But watch the epilogues and find out. Maybe you actually finally get your answers.
Sorry, a couple of these. Sorry, guys. There's just a like.
We got a lot.
It just sometimes when the scroll it just jumps
coming
through.
Would it say the Portuguese subtitles are so confusing?
Yeah, the Portuguese
that
was not on purpose, but that was awesome anyways. That it
I don't know
happened.
why it went Portuguese either.
Yeah.
Like Google's broken. It's not.
I like it.
YouTube's broken.
Yeah, no, you don't need to go into grammar Nazi.
No,
mode
not
at
at
all.
all.
It's unintentional, but
Unintentional for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's been an hour now.
I got a quick question for you guys. So, from a writing standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm amazed at this, like, just trying to follow all the story and everything like that. So, how do you guys, like, when you guys were coming up with the process, did you guys block everything out and then write it? Or do you guys sit there and go, okay, let's do this and then let's fill in the blanks as we go along? How is the writing process for something? Because mysteries, as we know, they're tough to write because you've got to think of where they're going to go, and then you got to do misdirections to get the audience to go.
So So we did both. There was a bit of planning ahead of time.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of like we had our chapters lined out, so we knew that we were going to have a copycat.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that Sergeant Bartesky was going to keep calling in. We knew that Danny Barr was going to call in a few times and then get killed. Same with Madman Mikey, like there was a little bit of an arc that we put there. But we also were taking feedback and seeing how things went.
Can you just,
Yeah.
Thank you,
There was a little bit of that. So to answer your question, like, we wanted it to be, we knew where we were going to end up.
Paul. Dude, if you want, man, fucking write all the fan fiction you want, dude. Like, send it to us. I'll read it. So there is a community, like that community tab is like barely used. The only person to post it is you, Paul. So like, seriously, dude, go to the community page, post links, we'll read it. Oh, like, why not?
I say yes.
So yeah, and yeah, to continue the Discord, absolutely. I mean, especially because like, so the epilogue that we're writing is. I will set it up by saying it is separate from the podcast that we've been posting. It is its own little mystery to it.
It is.
And we have that all mapped out. There's going to be clues thrown in. There's going to be reason to keep discussing if you choose to.
Yes.
And keep theorizing about. We do touch on some things that did take place in the series because it's all the same world. It's the same events. It's just, there's more reason for it. There's going to be potentially, there is room for us to continue the series.
So someone did say season 2 is confirmed, and that is mostly correct.
It's a soft confirmation.
It's a soft confirmation. We obviously, if you guys are like, obviously, if we end up at Toronto Comic Con, you guys hound us too hard. I probably will have to do a second season. But
honestly, if enough people were like, you know what, I want a T-shirt, I want a toque, I want all this shit,
they're like,
we'd be like, I guess we have to do more. Like,
that's right. If you guys are like, wow, yeah, your new show's okay, but I only want to have image good, like, it'll be like, yeah, all right. We'll see.
I guess we gotta go back to
but
that.
we have 100%. We 100% have plans for a second season. They are ethereal, as I say right now, but we do have ideas and plans for a second season. But yeah, that is soft confirmed because we are moving on to a different show to start.
Barteski better come back.
Well, yes.
What
happens to the characters that die and the actors dead? I mean, for the actors for season 2, if they've already played a character that dies,
Clearly,
are we dead or do we?
Clearly, you can only appear in other shows.
Oh, that's no character acting.
I want Barteski merch. I think it's like one of my favorite comments.
Oh my god!
Cooking with my cat T-shirts.
Martian Lord, I love you. I don't know who you are, but I love you absolutely. If you get me Barteski merch, I will. Figure that out.
Another question: were you shocked when we figured out the Discord man Mikey was IK? No, we 100% wanted you guys to know.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of like in the prelude to this live stream, we kind of wanted to let you know, like, we're watching, we're hanging out, like, this is fun.
So the Cooking with My Cat T-shirts.
Shut up!
That's I kind of like that.
Yo, we have a lot of ideas.
That's in the realm of possibility.
So we are going to be running an Indiegogo, like we mentioned before, we are going to be running an Indiegogo soon regarding our next show, and we will be offering merch related to Image Killer. So if you guys want Cooking with My Cat shirts, you guys want Image Killer shirts, you want these beanies, these toques, the shirt that Michael is wearing, like, we will offer those up. Absolutely. And Danny should come back as a cat. Sure.
Who is Sergeant Barteski?
Yeah. Honestly, like, if Sergeant Barteski was right as a shirt, like Sergeant Barteski was right all along as a shirt, I would probably buy that too.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited because like I just finished writing the Sergeant Barteski episode for the epilogue.
Cool. Yeah,
and
we should do it.
Trust the police.
Trust the police.
Trust the police.
Oh man.
Sergeant Barteski.
Division 51.
Yeah, because there is some new backstory things that have been thrown in there that I'm really excited to run by you.
I'm looking forward to talk, guys.
Oh, Troniak, don't worry, man. Like we'll obviously, so the Indiegogo will be the first place you can get merch, but like we'll eventually open.
Yeah.
We'll eventually make the merch available outside of Indiegogo. So whenever like, dude, it's all good.
Honestly, the other thing too to say, when we're gonna do an Indiegogo, but it's not like, if it doesn't do well, there won't be more content.
That's right.
We're gonna keep doing it no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a little something like, if you want shirts, we will offer them.
That's right.
It's really more so that angle of thing.
And just to answer Paul's question there, no, we never had any reference pictures for any characters.
No, we actually did not. We
Right, because he was talking about fan art.
Oh, Imagination
okay.
Station.
Yeah.
So
sky's the
wow.
limit there.
Yeah.
The epilogue will show people.
Yeah.
But by all means, if you think Dave looks stupid, Danny Barr could look different.
Yeah, I'm actually
Exactly.
curious what the imagined Danny Barr looks like.
I'd love to see some of those fan
Yeah,
drawings and see what was imagined.
Yeah,
Alex, you're
Yeah.
okay.
please do that.
You're fine.
Just like some
You're not gonna die.
Shocked.
I
Like
promise.
that guy. And now we're going to go cook meat by cards.
Why is he German?
We are going to.
Yeah, can you, yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you know what? I think it's been a little over an hour.
Yeah.
I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time as well. But if anyone else has further questions, feel free to post them in the chat here. Post them on previous episodes. Like, we're happy to, obviously keep looking at them because the channel is going to be quite active over the next forever. I don't know. We'll see.
There's season 2 of IK.
So Luna, interesting idea. We would never want to kill any of our fans.
No, really.
We would never kill our real fans.
Yeah.
We love you too much to actually, because then you'd have to stop posting, and we would never want that. All of you guys have been phenomenal. Everyone who has commented has been great. I'm sure. Alex, we know your name is Alex. That's literally your Google profile is Alex Hamash. We know it's Alex. But Luna, but maybe Luna, if you want to create a fake profile and shoot it over to us, and you want to run that, maybe I will listen.
That'd be an interesting piece for indie.
I would. Oh yes, actually, that would be an interesting. Maybe we'll make an option on the Indiegogo that you guys can actually make a profile that will be a character in the show, and we might kill you guys off. Yeah, if that's what you guys want.
Get killed off by IK. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
weird
crazy one.
But that's a crazy
you
idea.
know,
But like maybe I think that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, unfortunately, this has been we've been at it for an hour and 20 minutes almost. I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart that it's been amazing. Like this has been the best experience that I've had creating a series ever.
Yeah, I think I will second that. I'm sure you guys will all.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everyone who's commented. No, can't kill me. Know that we actually are driven by the feedback that we've been getting from you guys, and that we're excited to show what else we've got coming up.
Yeah. Also, more to come. So
more to come.
Yeah, way more to come. Atrani, don't worry, man. We're not gonna kill you. Don't worry. He's like, please don't kill me. I'm like, done. Easy peasy. You just ask nice. It's all good.
I think on that note,
Yeah.
you want to wave, thumbs up.
See you guys. This was awesome. We'll be in touch.
See you soon.
Yes.